Welcome to the Gene Mattingly Show. Find out all about Southridge baseball straight from the coach. The Gene Mattingly Show is brought to you by the Southwestern Indiana Sports Network, powered by Milligan Brosmer Communications. Wanting to scan those old videos, films, or audio to DVD? We'll look no further than Milligan Communications. We can also scan your old pictures, slides, and negatives to picture quality as well. With thousands of happy customers, let Milligan Communications help put your treasured memories on a digital media. Call Milligan Communications today at 812-630-2449. Milligan Communications, capturing your yesterdays.
Building a bright future, Jubilar Development. We're proudly serving your community. Family and friends, a winning team. Locally owned, built on quality. Jubilar, the name to depend on. Building a brighter future, Jubilar Development.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Hello and welcome to the Gene Mattingly Show. Coach, last week you came out with two victories, one over Tecumseh, one over Forest Park. Why don't you recap those games for us?
Both really good games. Important from a conference perspective. First two conference games of the year against two top-ranked teams, respectively in their classes. Tecumseh being 1A, Forest Park being 2A. So both really good wins. Our guys played pretty well. And so we were fortunate from 2-0 in the week.
And, I don't know who your pitching coach is, but, to give up 4 runs in the first 3 games is a pretty good deal.
Yeah, we've thrown it well. We haven't been extremely dominant from a strikeout, swinging this stuff kind of perspective, but we've been really good at keeping the ball down and out of the air, and we've played really well defensively. So I think gave up 2 earned runs. Three of those are earned. So yeah, I think we're doing a good job of throwing strikes and playing defense behind it.
And and your schedule this week and next week is got to prepare you for. I know you're not thinking about sectional yet, but it prepares you for sectional.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, Joe, our entire schedule from start to finish prepares us for sectional. The unique thing about Indiana, from where I grew up, is everybody makes the playoffs. So, Coach Wink and I always joke about, we got 28 practice games before the season starts, with everyone making the tournament. So we don't look ahead to the tournament, but we use each of these games as preparation for playing our best baseball, come third week of May. And so, yeah, we've got a tough schedule. It doesn't get any easier as the year goes out. I think I looked this morning, the first coaches poll came out, and I don't really care what other coaches think, but sometimes it's fun to kind of see where their mindsets are, and looking at the rankings from 1As to 4As, we have a ton of top-ranked teams on our schedule for the rest of the year, so should be good.
And looking at DuBois County in general, the Forest Park victory has got to be a good victory because there isn't a team out of the 4 teams in DuBois County that you probably want to play on schedule.
Yeah, we love playing our county schools. It's different. They're rivals, right? You think about it, but it's not in the same sense it was, 25, 30 years ago. Most of these kids know each other through travel or family relations or social media. I mean, the world's a lot smaller than it used to be, and it's not as isolated as it used to be. But we do enjoy playing our county schools, and obviously you want to win the county, and you want to, if you win all the county games, you kind of win the county, right? So it's fun to win. It's fun to beat your friends, and so we enjoy that.
And I know when you a couple years ago when you and Jasper both won state, the slogan was baseball resides in Du Bois County, and with all 4 teams only having 2 losses to this point, and actually 2 losses against another county school,
right?
That's got to be good for baseball in Du Bois County.
Yeah, I mean it's always been good. They're always there's good coaches. There's good programs, there's good community support, all the things that go into making successful teams and programs. It's there. It's in all of the locations, and you'd be lying if anybody would be lying if they said Jasper didn't set the standard, which we're all judged, and so it starts and ends there, and the rest of us are trying to build a tradition and do things the right way, similar to what Terry's been able to do there. So, it's fun. The bad thing about it this year, and, I'm not prying or poo-pooing any of that, but now Jasper and Southridge are in the same section. It was really nice those years where we had 4 county schools and they were all in different classifications. So everybody could root for the other because there was nobody was putting each other out, come tournament time. It's a little different now that they've dropped back down to 3A, and then it'll be different next year when we drop back down to 2A. But it was kind of nice when we had a team in each of the classifications so that the county could really support the schools going forward.
And we're back on the Gene Mattingly Show right after these messages from our sponsors. You're listening to Southwest United Sports Network, powered by Northern Baltimore Communications.
You dream it, we create it at Street Dreams. Custom paint, fabrication, stereos, wheels, tires, and more. We're also your authorized Sinister Sound dealer. Street Dreams, 317-624-1000, where you expect quality and...
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Building a bright future, Jubilar Development. We're proudly serving your community. Family and friends, a winning team. Locally owned, built on quality. Jubilar, the name to depend on. Building a brighter future, Jubilar Development.
And welcome back to the Gene Mattingly Show. And we're joined by the sports director of WBDC and DC Broadcasting, Kurt Guxell. Kurt, how are you doing today?
Doing great, Joe. Thank you.
When it comes to Southridge sports, I always revert back to Kurt Guxell to find out what's going on. And what do you think about Gene Mattingly's baseball team this year?
They're off to a really good start. They've got some players back that are very experienced from last year, sophomores, now juniors. They got a pretty good senior class led by Mick Jubilar on the mound, and they're going to have a really good year going forward. I expect some good things out of that team this year.
And a couple of years ago when Southridge and Jasper won the state finals championships, people were saying that Du Bois County is the capital of Indiana baseball, and seeing how Jasper, Southridge, Forest Park, and Du Bois are all doing well this year, I guess you can go by that term again.
Yeah, all four Du Bois County teams are really, really good this year. They're all well coached. They're put together well. Their kids play hard. They play baseball the right way. And all four are going to have really good years. There's seems like every night all four are winning or all four are playing really solid baseball. So I'm looking forward to the rest of the spring following all four of these teams.
Well, and if and luckily Du Bois County doesn't consolidate all at one school, because I think the to name a baseball coach would be really hard with Willems and Howard and Mattingly and Gilbert all that involved. So
yeah, they put together really good programs, and their communities let them coach their kids. They don't question anything, and they just do things the right way, and they push kids. They do what's right. And it makes for good programs, and that's not always the case in other sports or other communities. So we're very fortunate to have these four running the baseball programs.
Now, what's your next radio broadcast?
We've got next Wednesday, Southridge will entertain Evansville Memorial at League Stadium. Memorial's really good, and Southridge and them always play really good games, so looking forward to that contest, possible regional matchup as well.
And on WJTS, I'm sure just about every baseball game's on there, right?
Yeah, they do all the Jasper baseball games, so a lot of sports on WBDC, WAXL, and WJTS. Everybody gets covered, and that's what makes Du Bois County really cool, and I don't think people understand that it's not like this everywhere. The coverage that our four county schools get is unbelievable. There's only one school in the state of Indiana in high school baseball that has every one of their games broadcast over the radio, and it happens to be here in Du Bois County. So that's pretty cool that they do that for that program. So coverage is good here.
Well, Kurt, keep up the quality broadcasts.
All right, looking forward to baseball. Looking forward to the Raiders moving forward and seeing what they can do here in this 23 campaign. Thanks, Joe.
And you're listening to the Gene Mattingly Show on the Southwest Indiana Sports Network, powered by Melody Roseburg Communications. We'll be right back for asking questions for our sponsors.
Wanting to scan those old videos, films, or audio to DVD? We'll look no further than Milligan Communications. We can also scan your old pictures, slides, and negatives to picture quality as well. With thousands of happy customers, let Milligan Communications help put your treasured memories on a digital media. Call Milligan Communications today at 812-630-2449. Milligan Communications, capturing your yesterdays.
At MAD, we believe in zero. Zero fathers who aren't there for bedtime. Zero mothers who miss the first day of school. Zero children who never come home. We believe in zero victims of drunk driving. With MAD, your support adds up to zero. Because we believe in a hug on the first day of school. We believe in another bedtime story. We believe in no more victims. We believe in zero.
Welcome back to the Gene Mattingly Show. Coach, this week you've got another tough week, which you always do, seems like. You play South Spencer today, and you play Princeton Thursday, and Evansville Christian on Friday. Why don't you preview those games for us?
Yeah, so we got South Spencer on the roads, always tough. Coach Keister, they've had a ton of success through the years. He runs a tight ship and a good program, so that'll be a tough road matchup for us. We have another conference opponent coming to League Stadium in Princeton on Thursday. They've got some really good young talent. Their middle school program has been really good the last few years. Their high school programs continue to get better, and some of those young guys are playing at the varsity level, and they're playing well. And then Evansville Christian comes in on Friday night. Don't know much about what they have this year. They've been really good and competitive the last few years. And I assume, based on Mr. Dunham, and how they do things down there, they'll be really good as well.
Well, Coach, good luck this week.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Joe.
And you listen to the Gene Mattingly Show on the South Virginia Sports Network, powered by William Bell Communications. We'll see you next week.
Tune in next week for the Gene Mattingly Show on the Southwestern Indiana Network, powered by Milligan Brosmer Communications.